Guys, welcome back to HW Sports 90 as we are going to analyze a Europa League quarterfinals first leg which are being played today. We have four games for you which are played today. We have Liverpool versus Atalanta, we have AC Milan versus AS Roma, we have Marseille versus Benfica, and we have Leverkusen versus West Ham. So we are going to start straight with Liverpool versus Atalanta. We know Liverpool who are facing Atalanta at Anfield, and we know their forms as we are going to look at their current form at the moment. In their last 5 games in all competitions, Liverpool have won 3 times and have drawn once and lost once. So in the last 5 games for Liverpool in all competitions, they have lost only once, which I think came against Manchester United in the FA Cup quarterfinals. On the other hand, Atalanta, the Italian side or the Serie side, have won twice, have lost twice, and drawn once. Overall, this team have met only twice. Yeah, they've met twice in a competitive match, which was back in 2020 in the Champions League group stages. That's when these two teams met for the last time they met, and the result came in favor of both teams, as I said in the last meeting or overall meeting. AC Milan, or rather Liverpool, have won once, and Atalanta have also won once. Atalanta won against Liverpool at Anfield. That was in 2020 group stage second leg. Well, that was at Anfield, 2020. They won 2-0, but Liverpool won the first leg at away at Atalanta. They won 5-0. So the last meeting, Liverpool have won 5-0, and Atalanta have also won 2-0. So it's a tie as the past meeting are concerned, but this is a new era. This is a new Liverpool. Also, this is a new Atalanta. Straight away, let's look at their league position, how they are performing domestically. Atalanta are 6th in the Serie A with 50 points. They are 6th the Serie A with 50 points, and they are 8 points behind or below top 4. So they may be aiming for a top 4 finish. They need to close the gap, which is now 8 points. And I think as Roma are 5th, and Bologna are 4th in Serie A. So they need to pull up the socks if they want to play in the Champions League. But at the moment, they can still qualify for Europa League or even play in UEFA Europa Conference League. On the other hand, Liverpool, as we know, they are 2nd in the league with 71 points. They play in the English Premier League, and they are 2nd with 71 points, just 1 point above Manchester City, were 3rd, and they are level in points with Arsenal, who also have 70 points. Arsenal, remember, they are top of the league just by goal difference, as they have more goals compared to their rivals Liverpool. So as we all know, Liverpool and Atalanta, I think Liverpool is a different team at the moment, and Atalanta, they're struggling, and I think Liverpool will have an easy time. Being that they're playing at home is an advantage, and I think it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long 90 minutes for Atalanta. If they are to win this game, Atalanta, they need to approach it in a different way. And Liverpool, they are unpredictable. They can dismantle you. Remember the last game Liverpool played in Europa League, that was I think 3 weeks ago. They won 6-1. So it's going to be an interesting match at Anfield. The next game I want to discuss is between two Serie A heavyweights, that is AC Milan and AS Roma. AC Milan are welcoming Roma at home in the first leg of Europa League, as they look to enter the qualify to semi-finals of the Europa League. In the last 5 games in all competitions, quickly as we're going to analyze these two teams, AC Milan have won their last 5 games. They have won all of 5 in their last 5 games. So it is 5 out of 5 as far as AC Milan are concerned. So their form is good. And on the other hand, Roma, in their last 5 games in all competitions, they have won twice, they've lost once, and drawn twice. So you see the current form of the two teams, AC Milan and AS Roma. So in the last 50 matches, in the last 50 meetings or head-to-head, in the last 50 games, AC Milan have won 20 times, they've drawn 15 times, and Roma have won 15 times. So in the last 5 games, Roma have not won against AC Milan in the last 5 games, and their last game they won against AC Milan was back in 2019 in Serie A, where they won 2-1. So that is the last time a Roma won against AC Milan. Back in 2019, the 2-1 win. On the other hand, AC Milan have won 3 times and drawn 2 times in the last 5 games against AC Roma. So statistically and historically, and they support AC Milan. They back AC Milan to come on top against AS Roma. In the league, Roma are second, or rather Roma are fifth with 55 points, and they are 3 points behind top 4. On the other hand, AC Milan are second with 68 points. AC Milan are 14 points behind league leaders Inter Milan. Remember, Inter Milan are first in Serie A with 82 points. They are being followed closely by AC Milan, who have 68 points. So it's a 14-point gap between Italian Serie A leaders Inter Milan and the second placed team AC Milan. So we see, and I think AC Milan in the last games they've been playing so well, and they've been getting the result on their side, and that's why they are even second in the league, because Juventus was second in the league, but they slept, and AC Milan have jumped them to second place. So AC Milan are now second, and it's still just 14 points. And in football, it's never say it's over until it's over. But mathematically, I think Inter Milan can go ahead and win it, because they've been brilliant. They've been playing a very nice football. They are unlucky not to be in Champions League quarterfinals at the moment, and I think they deserve it. Remember last season they finished as runners up in the Champions League final, and I think they might win it this season. They might win this season's Scudetto, and I think AC Milan, it's too late for them to catch up with Inter Milan at the moment. So they will be looking to win Europa League as a consolation for not winning the Scudetto. So AC Milan vs Roma, I think it's going to be a tight match between these two teams. I can't predict, but I think it's going to be a tight match, and maybe not AC Milan can win it, because they've been winning it in the past 5 games, and they are beaten in the past five games against AS Roma. The next game is between Bayer Leverkusen versus West Ham United. Leverkusen, as we all know, they are unbeaten in all competitions this season, and they are leading in German Bundesliga. And West Ham, on the other hand, they are having, I think they're having a quite good season, as they are in top 10 in the Premier League. So overall, in the last 5 games in all competitions, Bayer Leverkusen have won 5 out of 5, and as I said earlier, they are unbeaten. On the other hand, West Ham have won twice, they have lost once, and drawn twice. So the form at the moment, Bayer Leverkusen, they're on form, as they are unbeaten in all competitions this season. Overall, these two teams have not met in a competitive match. I don't think they have, because I looked at the data, and they have not met in any competitive match yet. But they met back in 2023, last year, in the preparation for this season. They met on a friendly match, where Bayer Leverkusen won 4-0 against West Ham United. So West Ham United were beaten 4-0 by this same Leverkusen that they are going to face today in a Europa League quarter-final first leg. So it was a game which I think it was a preparation for this season, as I said earlier, and it was a clear indication that Bayer Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso were going to be a problem, and indeed they are a problem, as they are going to prevent Bayern Munich of winning the German Bundesliga title for the first time in 11 years, and they are looking to win it themselves for the first time in their club history. West Ham, on the other hand, are 7th in the league with 48 points, and Leverkusen are first with 76 points. The last one which we are discussing is between Benfica and Marseille. Benfica from Portugal and Marseille from France. So in their last 5 games in all competitions, really quick. If you could check on them, you know that Benfica have won 3 times, they've lost once, have drawn once. On the other hand, Marseille have only one win in the last 5 games in all competitions. They've won once and lost all the remaining 4 games. So it's a very, very bad start for Marseille, and they need to pull up if they are to win against Benfica away. And overall competitions, overall a meeting between AC Milan, between Benfica and Marseille, they have met they have met 5 times. And in a competitive match, the last time they met was back in 2010 in Europa League as well, in a group stage, where Benfica won 2-1 and they've drawn 1-1 back in Marseille. So the last time these two teams met in a competitive match was back in 2010, and it went in favor of Benfica when after they won 2-1. On the other hand, they met back in they met in a friendly match in 2021 where they drew 1-1. So the game between Benfica and Marseille doesn't produce many goals, and I think Benfica have changed a lot, and also Marseille have changed a lot since the last time they met. So I think it's going to be a different game, and there are different results as well. Benfica are second in their league with 67 points. They are 4 points behind league leaders Sporting. But Sporting have played a game less, so they might be 7 points if Benfica or if Sporting won their game in hand. On the other hand, Marseille are 8th in League One with 39 points. So it's a big difference between these two teams at the moment, but anything can happen in this tie. So that's it, guys. This is my prediction, this is my analysis of the Europa League first leg games which are being played today. And remember, the Europa League games, the 4 all games are going to be played today, unlike the Champions League where we know 2 games were played on Tuesday and 2 games were played on Wednesday. This is Europa League, and all 4 games are going to be played on the same day and the same time. And as I said, Liverpool are playing, West Ham are playing, Leverkusen, who have not lost this season. We are going to watch that game closely, as West Ham can upset Leverkusen, or Leverkusen can continue their fine form on the season and win against West Ham to continue with their unbeaten streak. On the other hand, Liverpool are determined to win a trophy. They have already won the Carabao Cup. They are out of the FA Cup, and they'll be looking to win the league and the Europa League to give it a perfect send-off for their manager, that is or a farewell send-off for their manager, Jurgen Klopp, who is leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. So it's going to be a tough games, as we are going to look in. We're going to look Liverpool will they win, and by Leverkusen as well. So it's going to be interesting to watch the Europa League today, as big teams are in action also today. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching.